Today is our final lesson of this unit. So what we have here is we are still dividing. So we started with adding, subtracting, we multiplied, and then you learned how to divide. So we're still in the world of dividing, but this time we have a polynomial, which means it has more than one term, being divided by a monomial. So what we do first, very, very easy. Step one, go ahead and write sep R8. So what we're going to do is we are going to separate this into multiple pieces. So what we have is 10x squared. But we're going to give that the 5x. And we have a 15x, and we give that the denominator. So there's a rule in math that says if we're dividing by one term, that's the same as just dividing both pieces. Very easy. So now we just use our quotient rule, which you learned last class. So quotient rule said that we take our coefficients and we divide. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Then you learned that when exponents are stacked, so I'm going to put a little 1 here because that's x to the 1. When exponents are stacked, you subtract. 2 minus 1 is x to the 1. So we're going to do that again. We take our coefficient and we simplify. 15 divided by 5 is the number 3. Those are 1s. X is the same as x to the 1. So now when exponents are stacked, you subtract. 1 minus 1 is 0. That means there are 0 x's. We can cross it out. There are 0 x's in that second term. So my final answer is just 2x plus 3. So let's try that same thing in example 2. 14x squared gets that 7. 21x gets the 7. 28 gets the 7. So step one, we separate. We give each term the denominator. So then we just simplify. 14 divided by 7 is 2. X squared, with no more x's to simplify, means it stays x squared. Plus 21 divided by 7 is 3. There's an x with no more, so it's just an x. Minus 28 divided by 7 is 4. So easy. Example 3. 18y squared minus 24y. Give each piece this y squared. 18 divided by 6 is the number 3. These exponents are stacked, so we can subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0, so that's going to cancel that x. 24 divided by 6 is the number 4. When exponents are stacked, you subtract. 1 minus 2 leaves me with 1 on the bottom. It would give me a y on the bottom because there's more down here. So that would be a y on the bottom. So this is your final answer. Let's try the same thing, number 4. Give each term 36x2, y2, 60, x squared y, minus 12, xy. Okay, so let's reduce. 36 divided by 6 is the number 6. These x's are stacked, so we subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0, so this one loses its x's. Exponents are stacked, so you subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1, so that leaves us with one little y. Now we're ready for our next term. 60 divided by 6 is the number 10. Exponents are stacked, so you subtract. 2 minus 2, 0. Exponents are stacked, so you subtract 0. Last term. 12 divided by 6 is 2. X to the 1 minus x to the 2, subtract more x's on the bottom. That's x to the 1 on the bottom. 1 minus 1 is 0, so those y's cancel. So if you can do numbers 1 and 2, those are the ones that are more important. 3 and 4 are a little bit more difficult. So example 1 and example 2. You separate, divide the coefficient, subtract your exponents. When x's are stacked, you subtract their exponents. Very easy. Try the next page. So in page 2, nice and easy, separate it. So you can do numbers 1 through 5. Those are the ones that are a little bit easier. And then numbers 6 through 9 are a little bit more difficult if you want a challenge. So go ahead and try dividing polynomials by monomials.